For a moment, as our gazes intersect, space flexes and consciousness shakes dully. You should be there, but you are not. It is too elaborate to be called a trick, too innocent to be called a trap. This world, though similar, is constantly asymmetrical, testing me. At the boundary of crying and laughing, the mask of clownishness peels away. The smile is a relief, but in my heart I am mocking. A spatial trap set unconsciously, pretending to be flat, a deep whisper lurks. Didn't you know? Shadows creep into the crevices of everyday life with an air of didn't you know? The presence that shakes the boundaries of the sense of touch causes a small sense of discomfort and makes you dance. Maybe a harmless intruder, or it may be an intentional gift. I thought I knew. This sweet illusion is broken by an unexpected echo. Unexpected pitches flow in, and beauty rises at the moment the chords fall away. Smiling in a manifestation of innocent mischief, it is a dance of dissonance, a bridge between understanding and intuition. The unexplored colors created by the moment of difference, the next mischief lurks beneath our feet. Each time the transparent words crossed the void, I felt the contours of the world strangely distorted. The narrator spins a knowing smile, a mischief that intentionally agitates our logic. When the pampered silence is broken, the words cross the threads that are taut between expectation and discrepancy. The magic of the language plays a tightrope walk, graceful and dangerous. The more you think you know, the further away you are. The more you think you don't know, the closer you are. The illusion of understanding rolls smoothly with the truth of shifting. At the end of this trajectory, a smile drifts by that belongs to no one. That smile is a familiar mischief. It is certain to know, but never to know, and certain to touch, but never to reach. Between the gaps, the words laugh, only to be entangled in their twists and turns. Words like to walk a tightrope. It is a gap between intention and coincidence, a gap between calculation and error, where the intention is to set something up and it is set back. The moment you ask, "Do you understand?" your understanding escapes the moment you ask the question, "Do you understand?" The question already has an answer, and the answer is still trapped in the question. The difference is what one calls play. If the prank is pure, it is innocent destruction or calculated confusion. But the familiar pretends to be unconscious with the face of a convicted criminal. Contradictions are sweet as honey, and misunderstandings penetrate deeper than intentions. That is why we play with words and are played by them. I am not yet aware that I have read this prank. Rolling at my feet, between familiar vistas, is a small distortion born between understanding and misunderstanding. Like water slipping through the fingertips of those who touch it, a fissure that cannot be seen but is certainly there. A prank of wisdom, a cunning game that only those who know the boundaries can smile at. The heat of perception gives birth to coldness, and coldness again lights up new heat. If we peel off the mask of deception that lurks in the ambiguous distance, what emerges is the truth in contradiction, pure to the point of ridiculousness. It is precisely in this minute setback that the gap deepens to the extent that an unspoken temperature nestles in. It is the sound that resonates at the moment when the principle of action, chained to the laws of common sense, is suddenly interrupted. It is the playwright's mischief backstage, as he tours the space between chaos and order. Those who straddle the invisible line lose certainty of footing and are led to the transparent explosion of a drifting landscape. The smiling intimacy is a bud of thought blooming in the gap, its growth creeping along. But beyond the budding is a possibility that neither words nor form can grasp. At the intersection of true and false, at the point where the inventory of stereotypes progresses, a melody is played with soft hands. It is a wind that overturns beliefs and a fire that rebuilds at the same time. The prank continues to draw a dashed line in the name of gap, so that what we tend to forget, regarded as a missing piece of the unknown that is not just a void, is in fact the key to completion. In the gaps of time, there is a shadow that peeks out. The shadow slips in to caress the edges of my memory, sowing seeds of discord in the landscape of the known. It is the moment when something that should be known slips up to me with an unknowing face. A play of hearts that cannot measure the distance, they cannot understand each other. The moment when a hand that is supposed to be warm suddenly feels cold. For example, the feeling of discomfort when a familiar word one day takes on a foreign sound. It is not what was intended, but something that clearly shakes something.